Guys, I hope you're well seated right now because we have a bunch of super rares from OP06 that we need to discuss. Hello everyone and welcome to Anything Geek. My name is Zero and let's look at all the SRs that we know in reverse order. So we have Kozuki Momonosuke, which is going to be the yellow SR for OP06. 5 cards, 6k power of the Wano and Kozuki clan. It's a blocker and has an on-play effect. Place up to one of your Wano type character other than Kozuki Momonosuke on the top or bottom of its owner's life face up. This is a very solid and interesting card for yellow because you can bounce something with a trigger and possibly turn the tide of the game after that. Also it's a blocker, so if you play this at the late game, you can get some more defense on the board for that last turn where it's gonna come clutch. And also since you're putting back a life, that's one layer of protection that you get in addition to the fact that you're playing a blocker, which is a 6k power. Very interesting, very solid card for yellow. And the next card we're gonna talk about is actually gonna be Perona for the black color. It's a 4-cost 5k power card with a 2000 counter. That's very good, and Trailback Pirate as the type, and an on-play effect that if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, you can choose one of the following effects. Either your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, or you can give up to one of your opponent's character cost -3 for the turn. That's very good to be aggressive with your opponent because you can prevent him from having counter or blockers or even his bigger cards in their hand, but also you can reduce cost of a card and possibly combo with black because we know that black color, they love to lower the cost and being able to remove cards that way. Very solid option. And the next card we're gonna have is also a black card. It's an 8-cost 9k power Gecko Moria character. The type is gonna be 7 Warlords of the Sea and Thrillback Pirate, and has an on-play effect. You can choose up to 1 cost 4 or less and up to 1 cost 2 or less character cards from your trash, play one of them and play the remaining rested. So you get to play basically 2 cards for free, and you can target the Perona that we just saw, which has an on-play effect with cost reduction or hand trashing for your opponent. So that's very good and well thought of. And also the cards you're getting back from your trash, this doesn't specify that they have to be Trailerback Parrot. So you can possibly go and search other things in your trash that you need. That's gonna be very good. And the next card, we've already talked about it indirectly because when we had the first reveal that Gemma 66 was gonna be a part of OP06, of course we had the Reiju leader and also Niji, Ichiji and Yonji as character cards, and there was bound to be at some point a judge card for OP06, and here it is. Vinsmoke Judge, 8-cost 8k power of the Vinsmoke family and Gemma 66. With an effect on play, you don -1 and trash 2 cards from your hand. That's very steep price. You can play up to 4 Gemma 66 type character cards with 4k power or less from your trash with different name. So still kind of worth it because, I mean, you can trash the 2 cards from your hand that you want to play and then it kind of mitigates a bit the cost of that effect, but you also get an activate main. Once per turn, don -1, you can rest up to one of your opponent's don card, which allows you to be a bit more aggressive that turn because you know that the don was probably left up for defense purposes. Now it's gone. This looks like a very solid option for Gemma 66. The next SR we have is actually a 7-cost 8k Hody Jones from the Fishman and New Fishman Pirate, and I believe, not sure, that this is the first green card with Rush, but I'm not sure. It's also got an on-play effect, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's character and or don, and then you can put the top of your life cards into your hand. And of course this makes total sense lore-wise, because if you know the Fishman Island arc, you know that Hody Jones used the drug to boost his power, but it kind of took his life. But we also know that game-wise this is very strong. We have this with Sanji in red that is still played in a ton of decks because you can rush with that card and be more aggressive. Taking your own life also has the advantage that you get more cards in hand, so that's more option. So this is possibly gonna be a very good card once it comes out with OP06. Our second to last card is gonna be Shuraya. It's a cost 3 power 4000 of the strike attribute. It's a film and shipbuilding town type cards with a counter of 1000. And the effect is just, it's a blocker, so for starter, that's always good, and also has an effect when attacking on block that you can use once per turn. This character power becomes the same as the power of your opponent's leader until the start of your next turn. So I think this is meant as an anti-Whitebeard kind of card. The power of your opponent's leader is always going to be 5k when it's your turn, unless the natural power of the leader is more or modified by the new gate character that we had that was boosting the leader to add a more protective layer to the power of the leader. So this card, despite being a 3 cost and only 4k power, can actually be a threat to Whitebeard early on in the game. And now I don't know if this was the plan all along, but with the recent ban of the new gates leader that we've had here for the global version of the game, I wouldn't be surprised that they are trying already to counter that leader so they can unban it and let it be played as intended. I don't know about that, this is just speculation, so don't quote me on that. Either way, this is a kind of a cool effect because no matter the leader your opponents use, you can always, level the playfield with that leader. And of course, I saved the best for last. It's Shanks, ladies and gents, it's Shanks. Shanks is getting an SR for OP06, and I was confused at first because I thought this was like a special rare or reprint of the Shanks that we had in OP01 because it's a 10 cost 12k power, but now that I think about it, the Shanks that we had in OP01 was a 9 cost. Hold on a second, let me check because I don't even remember what the card. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that was a 9 cost. It's over here. 9 cost, 10k power. So yeah, now that I think about it, it's clearly not the same because the Shanks that we have had before was a 9 cost, but it was kind of resembling, so I got confused there. But anyway, Shanks, 10 cost, 12k power, no counter, but the film and 4 Emperor and Red Hair Pirate type, so you get 3 types in one, and also a non-play effect that is KO up to one of your opponent's character with 10k power or less. Red being red again, and picture it. I don't know if this is gonna be meta, okay, but picture this. Your opponent is smirking at you during the game. It's kind of the late game, okay? You both have all you're done, you've been battling for 2 turns, like playing some cards and trying to get the control of the board, and then he smirks and he plays his big cards. And you're like, well, let me play Shanks. And then boom, you can target a 10k power. That's basically most of the cards. There's some that goes above that, but most of them, they're below that. So yeah, that's very good and very, very interesting when you build around this specifically. And also not to mention that since all those cards are SRs, they're gonna have alternate art when the set comes out. We don't know yet what those are gonna be, but Manga Shanks was a thing. I don't know if they're gonna do it again, but that looks very promising to me either way. But for now, let me know in the comment section below which SR was your favorite, which one got your eyes, what are you excited to play when OP06 comes out. Leave me that all in the comment section below, and in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and if you're still here, that means the video was at the very least entertaining to you, so please leave a like for that Shanks, you know you have to, and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss anything geek. Bye guys.